Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. In this episode, we have already started the third trial of the second game. Yeah, that's where my thought was trying to go, and that's about really it. I don't have really much else to talk about. Let's just get back into it. All right, Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
Quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
There we go. Right there. I knew I had remembered seeing the fucking thing, this shit on the ground. I knew I was right in remembering that.
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
That, and he's in a state of panic, so paying attention to finer details, like myself, because I've got enough time to just look around, that's not really that common.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
Well, I'm just thinking of something. Would Mikon have adjusted the... Okay, so now I'm going back into suspicions. Would Mikon have adjusted the temperature to hide the bodies? Would she have done that? Because she would have been the one to know the knowledge. But the only person to leave after both bodies were found was Kazuichi from the very beginning, which might have just been a ploy to go clean up the shit in the hospital, while Mikon was there. Maybe, who knows?
And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
The crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
And when was Hyoko actually killed?
Before.
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Okay, so the appropriate title is 2.5D. Gotcha.
Hey! Don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
That's where copyright has a bit of a issue sometimes. Can you really claim your likeness and your person in something?
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
This says moss, but I know he said moth.
I don't eat moss balls.
Oh.
I just enjoy looking at them.
I wonder if that was an error for the... Maybe he did say moss? I don't know.
I knew it! There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
And I have a suspicion that maybe possibly that we are going to see the actual killer receive the Tin Man's death. Uh-oh.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
It really is Kazuichi, the Tin Man mechanic. Aw, shit. Alright, everybody get your willies in check and get ready to watch Kazuichi get sliced or something. The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie. I should be able to explain that now. To mix up the killing order. Woohoo! To hide the weapon because they like movies. To let their accomplice escape.
I see.
Yeah. Oh, I'm almost back up to full
The reason the killer
health.
imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
Mm-hmm.
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
So I'm gonna have to agree with, why am I stuttering on her name?
Ibuki died because
Jesus,
she hanged
Chiaki.
herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How right. Your words are so right as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed.
Or, I just thought about it, maybe the Tin Man, maybe Gundam will actually be put into a giant robotic suit. I just thought about that one too.
How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. I'm gonna have to agree with Chiaki, so... and I can't copy anything when I do that. Blood on the souls. Or stepladder, maybe. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me listen to this
Hiyoko
first.
died.
Okay. That's that. Blood on the souls. There were bloodstains on the soles of Ibuki's feet. Or Ibuki's feet, sorry. Stepladder was found on the music venue, tipped on its side. On its left side, a slight bloodstain can be seen. Only on its left side. What was the other one that smudge on the floor? Was that ever mentioned?
Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Okay, that's refuting that.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yep, there we go. That's the thing that I need to connect to.
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Oh, you asshole.
Weak, I say!
Oh, wow.
It doesn't even pierce my heart!
You get a lot of seconds back for that one. Chiaki said Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed, but... is that really true?
When
Blood on the
Hiyoko
souls,
died, Ibuki's feet.
I am telling you to. Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there
Uh...
any sign she stepped on something?
There we go.
I agree with that.
For some odd reason, I thought it was Fuyuhiko that said that. I don't know why my memory was faulty there. Oh well.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Indeed.
And it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye.
Okay.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? It's a good line.
I like his voice too much.
But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Okay. Let's see what blades are here. How many blades? There should be only be 5, right? Candle. Oh, there's 6 here. Shit. Step ladder, scrap of thick paper, motel room key, rope used for hanging. Smudge. It's either gonna be smudge on the floor or a motel room key, probably. So I'm gonna prepare smudge on the floor for now.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Oh, that was fast.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Mm-hmm. Or, you know, just to cover up.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Okay, I was just about to say, maybe there's a possibility that, Gundam could have been the one to do it, but Gundam was back at the motel. Gundam came out of the motel to greet Hajime, and there's no way... I don't think. Maybe there's some escape route that I just don't know about. Maybe. Who fucking knows? There's no way that Gundam was in there, ripped the shit out, and then met me there. So, yeah. Still just down to Kazuichi then. Or Sonya. But Kazuichi a little bit higher.
Bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating, so I don't think they had to go that far. Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact. So the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
Why are you the one to bring that up?
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Maybe there is a chance that she was just convinced to kill herself, but only one person is going to die for Hyoko's murder? I don't know.
Nagito, what do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
I'm still faulting on whether or not killer is the right word to use here, because persuasion and everything. Hey, killer. Shh. Hey, hang yourself. I don't know. Like, if everything is prepared, can they really be held accountable? Because they didn't really do the act of killing, they just set everything up for it to happen.
Then she was alive.
I don't know.
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
Nope, I can confirm that, apparently.
She waited until Hajime left. That's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
Well, the ladder was already tipped, but oh well.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh? Yeah, I know where that is.
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
You know what would have been a telling piece of evidence if the wood had been not like parallel for both places. I think the wood on the stage was also horizontal for us seeing it, but I know for a fact that I did see back in the conference room that it was like this. So yeah.
Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud. Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was. So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
Not the crime, but oh well.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
That's what fucker said, but oh well.
Cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Freeze, Joe. I don't know why you said it like that.
Actually, right?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement.
Right before 7?
And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, That means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time? Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Alright, make the argument. We'll see. Mikan's account. There's only 5 bullets, right? Okay, I can still cycle through these. Mikan's account, surveillance, monitor video, Fuyuhiko's account, Sonya's account. Oh boy.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Okay. The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. I don't believe that, but oh well. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time is Kazuichi.
We can exclude the sick people.
Oh wait, hold on. Mikan's account.
What about the others?
Sir, Mikan's account. What does this one say? Mikan's account. After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up. They checked the movie theater. Apparently, before and during the announcement. Wait, hold on. Apparently Fuyuhiko and Mikan only separated for a short time. Mikan's account. Right up until... Okay, we were together. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. When did the thing occur? I think I can use Mikan's account to agree with him.
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Nope, okay. You were sleeping at our cottages, right? But that's not an alibi since there's no one here to back it up, right? Hey, Hajime, can't you do something about it? I'm counting on you to provide better cover fire. Looks like I made a mistake. I need to think this over one more time. Okay, I need to look at my bullets
We can
again.
exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Fuyuhiko's
And what
account.
about the others?
Sonya's account.
Right before the morning announcement.
Sonya's account is not that.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I should attack his.
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time... Okay, Sonya's account, it was about Hiyoko. Hiyoko was distraught because her kimono was disheveled and she was unable to tie it on her own. That's when Sonya apparently told her about that. Okay. Okay, what all...
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Oh. Invitation ticket. That has nothing to do with that.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Do I have to copy Sonia's and
everyone who
shoot
stayed at the
that?
motel doesn't have an alibi. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
This is a shot in the dark, and I doubt it's...
Exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Yeah, I doubted it. Why do you think I'm suspicious? Hey, what you're saying doesn't make any sense either. Okay, Does that have to do with the fact that I was sleeping in my motel? Okay. After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up to search for... Maybe I used Fuyuhiko's account to fuel him?
Crap!
Looks like everyone thinks I'm suspicious.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the...
Right before the... I was totally sleeping in my
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Nope. Okay. We were sleeping. Yep, I'm gonna take damage again. Can you do something about... Looks like I made a mistake. I need to think this over one more time. Okay, let me listen fully.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Wait, am I supposed to shoot that one? If nobody has an alibi, the murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time... Okay, so then which bullet do I use to account for that, though? Nikon... when she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, that's when she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. So maybe Mikan's account for that one? It's a shot in the dark. Fuck.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before them, I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stayed... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed...
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi...
No, that's wrong! Hold on.
Why did that
Not all of
freeze?
us are missing an alibi.
I'm rightfully allowed to get upset with this one, right? The first thing I tried was Mikan's with Fuyuhiko's statement. Okay, fucking Christ. Now that I think about it, you're not exactly helping that he was asleep in his cottage or some stupid shit. It's just that you're refuting that no one has an alibi. Fuck me. You can still build the same basis. Fuck off.
In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw
Oh.
that hanging. Mikon and I were actually together for a while.
Okay. That's where this game is heading for us too. Alright.
We even woke up together that morning.
Yeah.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
Shut up.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I did not think I would have had to have said that I was innocent both times, but I guess technically not having an alibi needs to be proven. Oh well.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
The killer had a different reason? To skew what they were going to be showing, maybe? I don't know if that's what he's driving it toward. If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? Oh, here we go. Intermission. Woohoo! Yay. Suspended.
Hiya!
Why, hello there, mon ami. The moss balls sure look tasty today.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What? What's that? Now then, mon ami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? And your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck! Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out. So please, make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be a merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then... I'm Usami. Magical miracle girl, Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know what that reference is supposed to be for, but oh well. Yes. Save the current game right here. Thank you. Bum.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No, this definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
Way ahead of you. The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence? Does something like that even exist?
Huh. It's suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the invitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Well, that, and it was shot with arrows.
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows. Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
I called that a while ago. She just happened to be there. Whoopsies!
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions? It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
I can answer that one. Why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Why Hyoko went to the music venue? If that's the key to all this, I need to find out, no matter the cost. Okay. Full-length mirror. Full-length body mirror? What was it? What? There's no... What?
Why did
Maybe... Oh, I have
Hyoko
to copy something, don't I?
go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
Nope.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
Go ahead. I can't. Yep, I can't. I can't copy that.
She was guided by the will of causality.
She went of her own free will. I need to find out why Hyoko went to the music venue first.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
What the?
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
She was guided by the will of causality.
Oh, wait. Yeah, the motel room key, it was in her kimono. Yeah, okay. So that's where the connection that they're trying to make is. Gotcha, okay.
Why did she go to the music? There's no way we'd...
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe
Uh...
she got abducted by the killer.
Next one?
No, maybe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
She went of her own free...
She went of her own free will. I agree! Or whatever the fuck he says there.
It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Yoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know?
I guarantee one of the small ones where you have to select why she would have gone in there is going to come up next, and it's going to be the mirror.
I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted? Kyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
I wonder if Kyoko would have realized before that her sash would have been backwards. Because obviously she was tying it in front of her. But would she have, like, swapped it around? I know that's a pretty common thing for women to do with the bras, I've heard. I don't know. I mean, I don't have any practice in putting one on, so I don't know how difficult it is to try and... I'll just shut up there now.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hiyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't move.
Why?
Are you saying my gut was wrong? This will be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
You're the light of my life.
No, that's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
She's gonna say something like, well, what was the reason she was there? And then I have to use the mirror blade. Rebuttal showdown. Step ladder, candle, smudge on the floor, Mikan's account. Sonia's account. Yep, Sonia's account. Okay.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something.
The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room.
Forcibly abducted her.
The girl is so small and weak-looking.
And that's why the killer targeted her.
Advance!
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
Alright, advance
There's
again.
no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up.
There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up.
She fought the killer.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's the proof she was abducted, right? My gut is totally right after all.
Oh, wait, no, duh, I have to refute that. Duh, I could have cut that. I'm stupid. So this is the final stretch of Akane's argument. She's finally revealed her ace in the hole. There's clearly a contradiction in what she just said. I need to tell her.
Hold on.
Yeah. I was like, I could tell her.
Kimono was all messed up.
Yep, that's technically
There's only one
not
reason
wrong.
her kimono would be that messed up.
She fought the killer.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Allow me to cut through those words!
The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Yoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Shut up! Hell no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake.
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Correcto mundo.
Coincidence?
Mm-hmm.
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
The killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very close.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak?
You asshole, I knew exactly what he was doing.
I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember, there was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki hadn't had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
That's strange. That's very strange.
Mm-hmm. So she was hoisted in place.
This is strange? What's strange?
I see. It's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints. There's still an important clue left that we completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. And why weren't there any footprints on the... I don't know if it's simply just that, or if it's like step ladder. Yeah, we should have seen footprints on the actual steps. Is that what it's saying?
I can prove it with this. If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Yeah. But like also everything else. My suspension of disbelief is coming into this one as well. I just don't know where people are standing in the middle of this is the issue. That's what I'm struggling with the most. Obviously, we're going to get the reveal of the person who did the crimes, which I'm really believing is Kazuichi at this point, but I just can't figure out where people were standing in this. It was the same thing with... which one did I struggle with the most? I think it was Sakura's? Yeah, mainly because, like, where was everybody standing when they were grabbing, like, the bottles to whack Sakura? And, like, the way that Hino was walking and everything to put back, and how the one single fucking piece of glass ended up in the bottle.
That fucking shit again! That one still makes me upset.
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
Except for the side where it was dripped on.
Did you notice such a small detail? How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
What are you talking about? You were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Nagito Komaeda. You're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing stepladder?
Mm-hmm.
Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it. Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video.
But that's
sorry.
something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
So, just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. And whether or not we can reach that hidden truth is all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands. As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
There was some hidden clue in that video. I should have seen something strange as I watched it. I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one who actually saw that video. So I'm the only one who can do it. What exactly am I doing? The hanging video that I saw. Based on everything we know about the debate thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange. The curtain? The black curtain in the background, huh? Based on that video alone, I don't really know if the curtain's suspicious or not.
Damn it!
I need to remember a more obvious clue to what's strange here. You mean the clean side of the thing? Is that?
Here!
If that's it!
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side...
Couldn't this all be mentioned in the last little bit? I don't know.
There was a bloodstain right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange.
Yeah, but the thing was on its side, so you could infer that it tipped over, so I don't know why.
If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two step ladders?
Mm-hmm.
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Okay. That does help me, because I could not actually remember if there was only one in that. Yeah.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue. What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right?
Were there stepladders? I know that there were I know that there were desks.
That's amazing, Chiaki. All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
The stepladder isn't the only thing that's different. Huh. Chiaki said that the stepladder was at a different place, but if that's the case, the thing that's different between the thing that's different between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing, the place where the killer did something. Which one do I have to spell out? What the fuck? What am I spelling here? Something projector? I'm gonna have to take damage here just to know what is being spelled out. Nope. F. What? L? Nope. What word am I spelling? Ah, shit. Something lights, right? What was figure lights? What word am I spelling? Phil. What? I think I needed another O, but I wasted it somehow. I'll try that. Oh wait, film, what? Film... I'm so lost. What word am I spelling? Film... Filming... Hold on. Filming... Filming... What word am I spelling? Filming lighting? Is that what I'm spelling? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, location! That's it. Jesus Christ, how are you shit. There's so much shit that just doesn't need to be on this screen. Ah, fuck. No! Okay. Jesus criminy! Oh my god.
That's right. Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You pick such specific words and you don't give any assistance on that. I was perfectly okay with, you know, anything, all that damage. But I got down to under half health because of that. Holy shit! I'm taking a break after that. Thank you for coming out, but holy hell. Jesus criminy above. Jesus. I don't know how you're supposed to know exactly what words they're looking for. Filming location. What? Why would you choose those two specific words? When the playthrough that I'm watching gets around to playing this game, this case in particular, and maybe even the second one, I cannot wait to see the person struggle because Jesus Christ. They struggled a little bit when they were playing it themselves. So with this having no assistance whatsoever, that is seriously really gonna be trouble for them. Alright, leaving it here. Hopefully looking forward to more. Have a nice day.